Hello, dear children. We discussed some topics of history, chapter 1, the medieval period in India, in the previous videos in part 1, 2, and 3. Today, I am here again to discuss the fourth segment of the same chapter in. First of all, let's overview the topics again. Children, in video part 1, we discussed about point number 1, introduction of the medieval period in India. In video part 2, we discussed about point number 2, the impact of geography on history. Point number 3, terms used to describe the Indian subcontinent. In video part 3, we discussed about number 4, sources of information for medieval history. In that video, we discussed three sources: inscriptions, coins, and buildings. Today, we will discuss the remaining sources. Point number 4, painting, and point number 5, historical writings. Let's discuss about the remaining sources of information and evidences used by the historians about the medieval period of Indian history. Point number 4, artistic paintings. Point number 5, literary evidence, historical writings. Let's begin point number 4, artistic evidence, paintings. Paintings are artistic evidences. Evidences means proof. What is artistic? Artistic means art or skill of making paintings, etc. Children, paintings are very important source of information for the medieval period of Indian history. Now, take a look at the picture. It is a Mughal painting made by famous artist Vichit. In this painting, we see Emperor Aurangzeb holding court. Court means darbar and his golden throne. Children, what kinds of information can be drawn from these paintings? Paintings tell us the artistic progress of that time or that period. Seeing the painting, we come to know progress of art during that period. The paintings serve as a record of the line of descent of kings and nobles. Descent means family origin of the kings and nobles. Number 3, the paintings tell us about the culture of the society or the people in the way of their dressing. Number 2, the customs followed by the people. Children, different people have different customs, and from particular painting we come to know a particular custom. Number 3, the important events of that period. Events means important happenings of that period. Number 4, the life of the common people of that time. Now, let's discuss fifth source of information, that is literary evidence, historical writings. Historical writings are example of literary evidence. But what is literary? Literary means of literature or concerned with literature. For example, literary evidence consists of many sources like historical writings, biographies, plays, novels, and epics, etc. Children, medieval Indian history has a rich collection of literary source material from where historians have taken a lot of information about this period. Children, there are different types of literary sources. Let us see. Number one, indigenous sources. It means sources which are created within the country. Number two, foreign sources. It means sources which are written by foreign travelers to the country. Indigenous sources, children, it means sources which are written within the country. During medieval period, manuscripts in India were written. Manuscripts are documents which have been written by hand. They were written on example palm leaf, cloth, bamboo leaf, birch bark, and paper, etc. Now let's discuss types of manuscripts. All manuscripts or written sources are of three types. Number one, religious literature. Number two, secular literature. Number three, traveler's account. Children, they also deal with many other subjects like philosophy, systems of science, arts, and literature. Children, do you know in what languages were these indigenous sources written? They were composed in different Indian languages and scripts like Kashmiri, Avdi, Sanskrit, and many more regional languages. We rarely find the original manuscripts of the author today. Unfortunately, many of these important documents have been destroyed by rain, fungus, and insects like termites. Children, who wrote these documents or chronicles? Chronicles means a written record of historical events in the order in which they happened. These documents were written by bard, means poets. Number two, chroniclers. They were appointed by the king. Their job was to write and record all the happenings of the state or kingdom. Now, let's discuss some examples of chronicle and document. Some of these have been preserved and published by Colonel Todd in his famous book Annals and Antiquities of Rajasthan in 1829 CE. After discussing example of chronicle and document, now we will see some examples of biographies. Biography means life story of a person written by someone else. Important biographies that describe the lives and achievements of kings are number one, Raj Tarangini by Kalhana. It was written in 12th century CE. It tells about the kings of Kashmir. Example of biographies number two, Vikramank Devacharita. It was written in 11th century CE by Chalukyan writer Bilhana. It describes the achievements of the king Adhirajendra Chola. Example of biographies number 3, Prithviraj Rasu. It was composed by Chandrabadai in the 12th century CE. It is the account of the life of the famous Rajput ruler Prithviraj Chauhan. So, children, that's all for today. In the next part, we will study about remaining sources of information for medieval history. Till then, take care. Goodbye.